Welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thanks once again for tuning into my channel. Today's episode will be another one of my my art collection, so it will be an artist series episode. The particular piece, or it's only one piece, but the particular artist in question today, well, not in question, but focus, whatever you want to sort of call it, is Sunny Lee. Now, it may not necessarily be a name that you've actually heard of, quite possibly. I first, heard of Sunny actually through one of my, I may have mentioned this before as well, like in some of my older videos, that I was part of some forum groups back in the early days, especially when I was collecting a lot of my Bowen statues when they were quite predominant back then. But then slowly, as I got into the art game, some of the statue forum websites also had like art sections and things like that as well, which I'd met quite a few artists from and things like that. And Sunny actually happened to be on one of these forum sites, and quite often did commission lists exclusive to the forum members. So that's how I sort of got to know Sunny quite well and got to chat to him. Super nice guy. Sunny has basically worked for Marvel, for DC, for Wildstorm, for Dark Horse. So he's done quite a lot, but he hasn't got a lot of credits to his name. To be perfectly honest, I'm not actually sure if Sunny's even still working in the industry, because I haven't seen much of him actually post in sort of the late 20-teens. So I think it was like 2016, 2017 or something like that is the last time I actually saw him pretty much post anything. So he may still be around, but hopefully whatever you're doing, Sunny, if it's still comics or anything like that, whether you see this or not, still one of my favorite pieces. It's a very early on piece. So as I said, my comic art collecting started around 2010, 2011, and this piece was done from 2013, so it's one of my very early pieces. So talking backwards and forwards with Sunny and things like that, I was still on that sort of phase where I was like, picking characters or Marvel characters that were known for the artist, but because Sunny'd sort of done bits and pieces of everything, there was nothing he was really predominant with, so I thought I'll just stick with Spidey stuff. And we're like, should we do a hero piece, a villain piece, a Spider-Man piece, something else? And I'm like, I'll stick with Spidey, because if he's not really known for one particular character or series, I'll stick to my default and go back to Spidey. I decided to do a team-up villain piece, so something a little bit different, and I went a little bit more, I wouldn't say obscure, but a little less mainstream with this particular piece. But Sunny put in so much extra little details and things like that, so as soon as I got it in my hands and saw the piece, I fell in love with it straight away. It's such an awesome piece. May not be as big and flashy as some of the other pieces I have, or as detailed or as unique styled like some artists do. But in saying that, it's still a piece that I absolutely enjoy looking at, and looking through my folders to go, what am I going to do with this particular episode? And I sort of saw that piece and went, I'll show this piece, because I obviously eventually I'll show everything that I have as I go through all the episodes and all the artist series and that I will do. But yeah, this one is pretty cool. So anyway, 11 by 17. It's sort of minimum background, but he's done a very unique sort of way of doing it, where it's sort of minimal, but there's still some background. You'll see what I mean. So I chose Shocker, and funnily enough, I think Sunny actually chose Cardiac to add to this piece. But as you can see, there are some little extra sort of details on this that you'll see. So there's the piece itself. So you can see there's Cardiac up top. So a lesser mainstream sort of villain. Shocker's been around for a while, obviously. But yeah, very, very cool piece. So 11 by 17, minimum background. You can sort of see the the buildings, but he's sort of done it in a very minimalistic style that still makes it sort of show up. I don't know whether it's going to show up on the camera too well, but you can see at least the sort of silhouette, so it doesn't look like it's too plain in the background. Still gives it some sort of depth. But I love what he did with Spidey, sort of down the bottom. Obviously the spider sense going off. But it wasn't until he actually pointed it out to me, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even notice. I just thought it was a shadow. You can actually see that going up there is actually like a shadow of Venom's tongue. So just those little extra sort of details that he's sort of, you know, or Easter eggs almost that he's sort of thrown in there, just makes it absolutely awesome piece. And yeah, as I said, still one of my favorite pieces today from an absolutely awesome guy. And then there's his signature down the bottom. Obviously, as you can see, the 2013. So yeah, awesome piece. Yeah, absolutely love that piece. So many little tiny Easter eggs and things like that, and just some extra thought put into the piece just makes it so much better. So, but anyway, that's it for this particular episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, do the usual YouTube thing. You know, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment if you want to. But most of all, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So, thanks once again. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.